Master? Master, you said you were going to Jerusalem. And in Jerusalem they would kill you. If that's true, then it's our duty to keep you from going. You must not allow it to happen.
Peter. You're thinking as men think, not as God thinks. The devil is speaking through you. Get thee behind me, Satan.
Peter was rebuked by Jesus in a few notable instances in the Gospels. The most famous rebuke occurs here when Jesus says to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan." Shortly, we'll consider what this rebuke means for us 2,000 years later. This strong rebuke came immediately after Peter had protested Jesus' prediction of his own death and suffering in Jerusalem. However, when Jesus began explaining that he must suffer and die, Peter began to rebuke him, saying, "You must not allow this happen." Jesus' harsh response to Peter reveals several important theological points. 1. Peter was thinking from a human perspective, not understanding God's plan for salvation required Jesus' sacrifice. 2. By trying to dissuade Jesus from his mission, Peter was unknowingly acting as an obstacle to God's will. 3. The rebuke highlights the contrast between human wisdom and divine wisdom. 4. It demonstrates that even devoted followers can inadvertently oppose God's purposes when guided by human understanding. A powerful modern example of well-meaning believers inadvertently opposing God's purposes is when parents desperately pray for their child to get a specific job or into a particular college, only to later discover that the rejection led their child to a much better path that developed their faith and character. Like Peter, they were unable to see how God was working through what appeared to be a negative situation. Their resistance, though loving, was based on human wisdom rather than trusting God's larger plan. Just as Peter's protective impulse toward Jesus came from genuine love, but opposed God's redemptive purpose through the cross.